The last 12 months have been hard for all of us, but hopefully now there is light at the end of the tunnel, and maybe by late summer or early autumn we can get back to some semblance of normality. But even though thousands of businesses have gone bust and millions of people have sadly lost their jobs, there are still some people who've managed to cash in on the pandemic, and it comes as no surprise that one of those people is B-list actress and all-round celebrity weirdo Gwyneth Paltrow. This isn't the first time I've mentioned Paltrow or her company Goop, which specialises in overpriced useless novelty crap which it sells as wellness products. And wellness is a term used to imply that a product has health benefits whilst not having any medical or scientific data to back it up. Essentially, wellness is the new snake oil. Among the wellness products is a huge array of expensive sex toys. Now, I have no idea if they're good value for money because I haven't used any of them. They're not designed for me, they're designed for ladies and gentlemen of a certain persuasion. But nor have I used Goop's vampire repellent, because maybe I've just been lucky, but in my 42 years on God's earth, I've yet to be accosted by a member of the undead. And the most famous Goop product is the candle, This Smells Like My Vagina. That's currently being investigated after one of them exploded. And I think that says a lot about Goop's product development team, because a candle is a wick, some wax and some perfume, but they've somehow managed to make one detonate. Around 1 in 10 people who fall sick with COVID develop LongCovered, which can go on for months, and I've been told by friends who've got it, it is hell on earth. So in her usual deluded fashion, Paltrow has claimed not only was she the first person on earth to get LongCovered, but also made completely unsubstantiated claims that Goop products cured it. Hello YouTube, I said unsubstantiated claims. I'm not supporting what she said. Also, I'll shortly be using sarcasm. Your bots don't need to ban this video because they can't tell the difference between the tinfoil hat brigade and the people taking the piss out of them. So I've got a list of these Goop products so we can see how likely it is that they can cure something that's still baffling the world's leading scientists. And keep in mind that C19 attacks the respiratory system, so it must be beneficial to that or do something to boost the immune system. So first up is an infrared blanket costing $500. Now, I'm not a doctor, I have no idea if infrared light is beneficial in any way, but I'm guessing if it was, then they'd be using them in hospitals. Or maybe some of the greatest minds in the world didn't think to consult the co-star of Shallow Hal. $98 buys essential oils. Although I'm guessing they're not that essential, or there'd be a lot more people dead. Or for $125, you can buy a wellness serum. There's that word again, wellness, meaning that medically it's proven to do fuck all. Also for $125 is a University of Goop t-shirt. This is a near perfect demonstration of having more money than sense. Spending $125 on a t-shirt to let everyone else know that you're thick as shit. $32 buys an alcohol-free cocktail. If I was spending $32 on one drink, I wouldn't want it to be non-alcoholic. By the time I'd finish it, I want to be standing on a table, loudly voicing my opinions. Also, how is this in any way beneficial to someone suffering with long COVID? $145 buys a Goop tank top. But I doubt anywhere in the world there's a laboratory full of leading virologists where one of them suddenly looks up from their microscope and says, "Have we thought about using a jumper with no sleeves?" $220 buys a set of Goop running shoes. What possible use are they? If someone is sat at home with a disease where it's hard for them just to breathe, they're not going to go for a fucking 10k run. $125 will also buy an acid skin peel treatment. So for anyone who thinks these products are in any way medicinal, they will at least look nice on their way to the morgue. And finally, for a whopping $8,600, that will buy a Goop designer necklace. I cannot think of any scenario where a doctor would burst out of the intensive care ward shouting, "We're losing her! Quick, someone call a jeweller." So the grand total for this collection of snake oil bullshit is $10,030 plus shipping. But Gwyneth still wasn't finished. She then bizarrely claimed that the reason that people are wearing face masks is that we're copying her. In February 2020, she posted a photo of herself wearing a face mask on a flight to Paris. And then in an interview in early 2021, she said, and I quote, "It's a familiar pattern in my life. I do something early and everyone is like, what's she doing? She's crazy. Then it gets adopted by the culture." I'm going to offer an alternative explanation. She posted the photo in February 2020 and a month later half the fucking world was in lockdown. How arrogant does a person have to be to think they influence the entire planet? Particularly when there are people in parts of Asia who've been wearing face masks since the early 90s, long before the release of Avengers Infinity War. Not only that, but the mask she's wearing is a basic twin filter respirator, and I've been wearing the industrial version of that for the last decade. So in a way, she's copying me, and I had no idea that when I was standing in a spray booth stirring paint with a screwdriver, I was influencing the fashion choices of Chris Martin from Coldplay's ex-wife. I was happy when they got married because I thought, there's two people who are both so irritating and mental they might cancel each other out. Sadly, that wasn't the case, and they consciously uncoupled, which to the rest of us is divorced. And talking of divorce, Kim Kardashian and Kanye West are splitting up, so that's great news for anyone who wants to date one of the two worst people on the entire planet. Thanks for watching.